I guess it's gonna be like a show theme, like.
Yeah, move the dog.
You know the show started when I get him up.
All right, guys, we're back. The Montavious Show. My name is Monty Hicks. Let's go to the right.
Chris Turner.
Will.
Jere.
Matt Wilson.
Matt Wilson. Wilson. You ever hear that all the time?
Yeah, I heard that all the life, man.
Tom Hanks.
Oh, my God. All right. What's some of your favorite movies?
Castaway.
Castaway, really?
And Forrest Gump. I have to watch Forrest Gump at least every 3 years,
That's
one
one of the
time.
best comedies ever.
I always, when I was a kid, man,
It
I
gets
always
funnier.
liked watching
The older
that
I
movie
get, the
Four
funnier it
Brothers.
is.
Okay,
You guys see
yeah,
that
that's a
shit,
good
man?
one. Four
Man,
Brothers.
dude.
Oh, okay.
Which one? Four
I know
Brothers?
you got like Outcast, man.
Hell yeah.
But Marky Mark kills it for me.
Beverly Hills Cops.
The first
Okay.
one.
The first one.
Second one is okay, but
Is Police Academy better though?
Nah.
Okay. Police
see what I'm
Academy
saying?
was my first rated R movie.
What's the name of the dude that does all like the computer sounds? He's like, he's on an airplane too.
Michael Winslow.
Michael Winslow, yeah. He's like, what an alien, man. He'll just show up on set and be like, bloop, 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 bloop. What are you talking about, man?
Okay, so this is gonna put how old I am, but one of my favorites is the movie Airplane.
Yeah.
The movie Blazing Saddles.
Yeah.
What was that other one? Blues Brothers. Blues Brothers is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Certainly.
It's just crazy.
Yeah, I reference these movies sometimes, and you know, if you haven't seen it,
Everyday
then I
Life.
look crazy,
That's
right? Like
That's Bernie Mac,
like
right?
the dude's got a drinking problem, right? He's got a drinking problem. No matter what he, douche, in the middle of this, jumping on himself. That's
Yeah.
That's good.
What's that one Western? The guy that has no name.
Yeah, I've seen that.
The dude does all the slapping and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like those Westerns. That's about it.
He's about to sit up and talk.
Blazing Saddle, Mel Brooks, anything Mel Brooks. Is gold.
Anything Mel Brooks
History
is
of
good.
the World.
Yeah.
15. 10 Commandments.
But what movie started it all?
Monty Python.
Oh no! So have you watched The Flying Circus?
Oh yeah.
The Flying Circus is even better than their movie.
Just but a scratch.
Steve McQueen in Bullet.
Okay, yeah, but yeah, it's a good action movie. Car race, car chase.
What I'm saying is that up to Bullet,
Yeah.
movies had been John Wayne, Shoot 'em Up, Cowboys and Indians, or Robert Duvall, or
Forrest
you know,
Pin from
World War II, whatever.
Yeah.
But nobody touched what Bullet did. Nobody ran the streets of a city in the United States. And what's so cool is here we are in Nashville, and how many people out there know that Steve McQueen's original car, the green Mustang, ended up here in Hendersonville
Hendersonville.
for something crazy like 28 years. And that car just months ago went to Meacham Auction, and I believe it brought $3.6 million.
That's a lot for a car.
Of course, I could be full of shit, but I'm pretty certain that's right. It don't matter.
And even if you are, if I had enough energy to back check you, then I'd just rub it in your face. But I don't have enough energy to back check it. So it sounds cool. Sounds right.
What's so cool is the way they verified it. The car was lost. The car got sold to some dude in California. Then supposedly one of them went to Mexico, and it went here and there. And the way they actually verified it, and in theory, well, they know it's true because the owner of the car was able to look under the passenger mat, the floor mat, and there was 3 holes drilled for a camera mount. And they actually knew the camera, the mount, and they knew exactly what holes it had to be. And that was the car. But interestingly enough, Steve McQueen, there's a story that goes, Steve McQueen actually heard about this gentleman, wrote him a letter and said, may I please buy this car back? Everybody knows how Steve McQueen was about, anything that moved next to a woman. The fact is this car he tried to get. He wrote him a letter. The family kept the letter. They still had the letter from Steve McQueen, but they told him, no, thank you, we're going to keep it. And they kept it for, like I said, a good bit of time. And then, of course, all of this has happened. So I still believe that whole movie, the theme, Steve McQueen was the baddest dude. You guys think you got some The Rock, or you guys think you got Sylvester Stallone? Come on, you can have them all. They're all great.
But
none of them had that Igma. None of them had the presence that Steve McQueen had.
So I think we should have a wife stealing contest. We'll have to dig up Steve McQueen and put him next to DiCaprio and see who can steal your wife the fastest.
That's hilarious.
We'd have to dig up
Michael
McQueen
Douglas
though.
Man,
Michael Douglas, yeah.
That dude was balls deep as a
all right, no. Oh, John Stamos. I bet. I don't care who you married. John Stamos can take her.
Steve McQueen was a magnet. Not because he needed a woman or wanted a woman. It was because he was so independent and so
exactly. So now he's
in
irresistible.
his own presence that he was literally a female magnet.
Correct.
But as a male, the way he carried himself, the way he did his movies.
We saw how that ended up, didn't we?
And then, of course, it was Clint Eastwood, and now here we are today.
But what about Frank Sinatra, though? Clint
Eastwood is another level. Can we talk about Clint for a second?
Oh, here we go.
Because Clint, not only does Clint star in his movie, he wrote the movie, he directed the movie, he wrote the score, he played the piano, he acted. Clint Eastwood is another level, man.
Fish full of dollars.
Oh, well, that's just young him. Like, what Gran Torino might be his best work.
Gran Torino, that's my favorite Clint Eastwood movie because I had a friend named Bob Bryson. He was a Nam. He's a POW. Mm-hmm. He act just like that motherfucker in that damn movie.
He drinks PBR on the porch and
man,
he's got an M1 Garand sitting next to his rocking chair.
Man, that motherfucker was crazy as shit. He's one of them friends you can't go nowhere with.
Right. You gotta lock the doors.
Yeah. Oh, not like we went to party one night, everybody was asleep, right? So somebody tried to tiptoe to the bathroom. Bob done jumped up, foot sweeping, did all kinds of shit. He goes, look, you make a lot of noise. Like Bob was fucking Rambo or some shit. Dude was fucked up. Missed that guy.
Dude, that's how the fucking Asians are over in California, man.
Asians?
Yeah,
oh yeah, Bob like Asians.
You talk to one of the Asians in California, like, what's up, Bessie? I'm like, whoa, what the fuck?
Bob like, I ain't racist. I don't like Asians. I said, I see why. You POW for 2 years.
I'm not racist, but I don't like Asians.
Well, he didn't say the word Asian. I'm just saying, okay.
Yeah. I'm tracking what
Bob
he said.
Yeah. Like, Bob, want to get Chinese food? Fuck you. I'm like, all right, man.
Yeah, there's this Thai cat.
All right, so
that dude, man.
back to McQueen. Name some of the top movie cars of all time.
Oh man,
Top movie cars?
Man,
I tell you,
show
in that movie,
Yep.
they had a Dodge Charger RT Hemi, 4-speed, and the dude that drove it was like, I don't know if he spoke more than 3 words in the entire movie, but when you saw him, you knew that he was the man that was the killing machine, and he got
like
in
John Wick.
that vehicle.
Yeah.
That vehicle was bad. Steve McQueen's was bad. That was a Mustang. It was lithium, but that Dodge Charger RT Hemi 4-speed.
So that same model of Charger, they use that same model of Charger for the Fast and Furious, like.
You guys
But
saw
also
Too Fast, Too Furious.
No, they use the same in Death Proof.
That was that Charger.
Yeah.
Tarantino did Death Proof, and
Old school Charger.
that's an old fucking Charger in that one
the
too.
blue one was the Camaro Yenko.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad had a Barracuda.
Ooh.
I still love Eleanor.
I
and,
bet he didn't drive it. He
and
looked at
60
He still drive.
seconds.
He won't let me drive.
Oh, yeah.
That's one of my favorites.
Okay, yeah.
Well, you can't go wrong, man. You got to think the General Lee,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right.
the 18 van,
Charger RT.
the 18 motherfucking kid.
DeLorean.
Hold up, whatever car Hunter wrecked, 'cause that was my show, Hunter. That nigga wrecked the car in every goddamn show.
So
He's flipping that motherfucker.
Kit is not a sexy machine. That Trans Am is
No, it's not.
But, hey, hold
like
on.
the first Trans Am.
Stupid.
Smokey and the Bandit.
The electronics were just
Starsky and Hutch.
Bandits, Trans Am.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's a bad
That
Trans
T-top.
Am.
I like the
Kit
T-top.
is a joke.
The kid drove himself and shit. Think about it. Kid was Tesla before it.
Right, dude. I didn't buy a Trans Am to not drive it.
Well, yeah.
You know?
I mean, Trans Am's not that fast anyway.
Well, it's just a Camaro with a bird on the front.
Yeah.
That's all it is, in my opinion.
You think it says Formula?
you could option it out where it could be bad.
Yeah.
It was possible, like with the Buicks, it didn't matter. It was
The
just,
Batmobile.
How much did you want to spend? How much money did you want to
Did
spend?
you move last or did I? Because this game is
your
taking
move.
all night.
Yeah,
Okay.
yours.
Oh, no wonder it's taking so long.
Uh,
All right, my bad, guys.
Anyway, Eleanor, did you ever own a Mustang?
nope, never owned one.
Anybody that's owned a Mustang knows a 505 speed is just the cat's meow. And of course, I had a 505 speed. All subframe connectors, supercharged, the whole Cobra, everything. And it was fun.
You didn't even tell us about your GS.
Oh, yeah.
Well, he's a Buick guy, man, and like I said the word now,
I
so
would love to have a Grand National, man. That was
yeah, I would too.
87,
I'd prefer the Monte Carlo of the same year, but
Yeah,
the Grand National's bad. It's a cult classic.
I don't have
The Monte Carlo, man, that's a gangster's car, bro.
But the GS has
Gangster
has the same line as the Monte Carlo. The Buick has the same like flared, like sexy
Dude,
rear
my
end.
friend's
Turbo
uncle
V6.
fucking pulled up
Right.
in his Monte Carlo to the homie's wedding, dude, and I rode home with him, dude, and I felt like my fucking spine was vibrating. I was like, oh shit.
They want the T-tops.
Uh,
Miss that damn car.
That's a gangster car right there. I don't know why that Monte Carlo, dude. That's a badass vehicle.
They were beautiful. And you could get the 454.
The only
package.
problem is like you can't. It's hard to find with the with the manual transmission.
Right.
The Camaros had the manual, but the Montes had the column and the automatic.
Can you drive a stick?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The first my papa taught me on a Jeep Cherokee. The first car I drove, I ran it at really slow motion into a mulberry tree.
So there's a question for you. What's the first car all of you ever drove?
Yeah,
Okay, drove or owned?
Owned.
Oh, that's two
First
different
one you ever
questions.
drove.
Okay, Chevy, a Chevy Chevelle, Chevette or Chevelle?
That was the first car.
And
Yeah.
it was Chevette. There was a Chevette.
Chevelle or Chevette? I can't
Chevelle's a
remember.
different animal than a
Right.
Yeah.
Chevette was
Chevelle's a muscle
Chevette. Chevette is like what you got out in the driveway.
Yes,
he's throwing rocks.
So you
now.
had the foreplay.
the big.
You had the foreplay. You
Yeah.
ever kid and play the foreplay?
So the first car I ever drove, man, was that 385 BMW, man. My mom had one, and I fucking hopped in that shit, dude, and took off down the street. My dad was fucking pissed, bro. Came back, dude, that was like pretty good ass whooping. Yeah, dude.
I learned how to drive a stick in a Volkswagen. My grandmother put me on a hill and said, "All right,
Figure it out.
Yeah, figure it out." I was like,
Swim.
"What?"
You're gonna swim, boy. You're gonna swim or you're not.
I
You're
learned
gonna swim or
how to
not.
drive a stick on a 82 Accord.
Okay.
I went to the guy's studio and I recorded an album there,
Oh.
and dude sold me a car for $100.
Oh, I said Cherokee earlier. I meant Wrangler. I corrected.
You know what, dude? I like the Wrangler better.
It is better.
It's fucking cooler.
It's totally different.
It's fucking better off-road, everything.
But
man.
no, the Cherokee has its advantages. You know,
I'm sure.
Windows.
it's
air
much more
conditioning,
comfortable. Much more.
I don't know,
comfortable.
man. I've seen Wranglers pull fucking trucks out of ditches.
Look,
You know what I mean,
Cherokee
dude?
can
True story,
Cherokee
bro.
can do
True
the same
story.
thing if you lift it up and have the right,
Yeah.
Right.
transmission in it.
The right options.
Right. Correct. But the Wrangler's just, you're outside, man. You're driving around outside. Even with the top on, you're still outside.
I also
Yeah.
had an 87 Porsche 944. I wrecked it the first night I got it.
What? Did that mean you owned
You
it?
weren't,
though?
that's the
Damn.
rear engine, right? So you're.
Man, I was flying down.
Yeah.
Was it 65?
So, but like when you're in the
24.
turn, you have to get on the gas in the turn. That's counterintuitive, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
That's why they
yeah.
call them widowmakers. Like if you're in the turn, like if you don't have a rear engine, don't get on the gas. But if you're in a rear engine car, You better get on the gas.
Oh, well, now the 944 is furniture.
Okay. 911 is.
I couldn't afford that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I got the 944
Yeah,
for
you're
still.
right.
So
the 940. Either way, it's still.
The first now I was going about 150 down.
It's like a go kart, right? Just
pop up lights.
My first one
sounds
was
like fun.
56 Studebaker, 6-cylinder, 3-speed on the column.
I wish you had a picture of that.
I was on farm country out in
Studebaker.
Iowa on a gravel road, which made it easy. And my uncle had me start out in second gear, and that's how I learned. And
so he was trying to get you to stall it. You start,
No.
So you got to give it a lot of gas in second gear in a big old.
no, Studebakers, it just actually made it easier to get rolling. Because first gear, if you pop the clutch, you got to find that friction point, and if you don't get the right point, you kill it.
Stall.
Second gear, it's not so susceptible to that.
But it can run out of
point.
fuel. Like you got to give it plenty of gas to get on. Anyway, I'm just being combative for no reason.
What do you guys think about the Ford Explorer?
The Exploder, bro. Yeah, I'm all for the Exploder.
That's the
not
one
in
they
my
stole
driveway.
from me, bro. That's the one they stole from me, man.
The found on the road dead Exploder.
Those fuckers actually good vehicles though.
It was alright.
I mean, they squeak and
So
shit.
my girlfriend slashed the tires.
I'm a suburban guy. Like, you can take your Excursion, you can take your Exploder, and you can drive them off a cliff, man. I'm a suburban dude.
Girl, my mom, she had one of those 2-door Explorers. You couldn't kill that truck for shit. Of course,
my first car was a Yugo.
Oh,
Do you remember what a Yugo was?
I know what a Wego.
It was called a Yugo. That was my first car.
Wasn't it like a
little
French
white
car?
one.
Like a
Yeah.
rabbit? Kinda like
It was
a
like
rabbit?
the worst, one of the worst cars ever made. It's like the Pinto and then that.
Wasn't it like 36 horsepower or something?
Yeah, it was
like
weak.
a lawnmower.
Yeah, it was a lawnmower, man. I was like, man, I should be cutting grass. But then my second car was a Cadillac Coupe de Ville 71.
Hold on, how old was you?
And
Yugo?
it was a boat of a car.
Yeah, right.
71
huge.
didn't have air pump on it yet. So did you have the 500? They had a 550 cubic inch engine available in the Brougham. I had a 71 Brougham front wheel drive 2-door up in Rifle, Colorado that I drove 100 miles, 98.2 miles
It don't
to
go
work
over
every
50.
day.
It's just,
And talk about a boat on those mountain
this
roads.
This much play in the steering wheel.
Road yachts.
Man, it was a road yacht.
Like, we're going straight right now.
When I stopped,
Exactly what it was.
I stopped counting after I hit 22 deer. that was the number, and that was over a period of about 5 years, maybe something like that, 4 years. And you just hit them. If it's snow on the road, you don't dare flick the wheel.
They were made of steel back then.
I think they're targeting you.
cliff.
Like they're like, ooh, Cadillac.
They say, bro, that if something fucking jumps around you, just hit it.
Yeah.
They say just hit that.
Well, don't swerve.
Right.
If you swerve, you'll be dead.
Right.
Okay, in my Cadillac, I was, heels get icy in the winter times here.
Right.
So I had to get up this hill in this big ass boat.
Not happening.
And my thing is, it was kind of a sharp turn to the left and back to the right. So I had to gun it to make it up the hill.
No.
I ended up hitting the guardrail on both sides, but I kept gunning it and I made it to the top without a scratch on the car. It hit that huge bumper on both sides, man.
Well, that's why it's there.
Those things are tanks.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah.
okay, so I go from a Yugo, which is good on gas,
No, yeah.
to a Cadillac, and I kept telling my friends, there has to be a hole in the gas tank. Because there's no way it's drinking
There's a
this
hole.
much gas.
You should have a North Star.
It was getting 10, wasn't it?
Oh,
Less.
man,
It
yeah.
was getting about 10.
Yeah.
That's about what I got.
So
And what year
Every
was this?
day, I had to.
it was a 71, but I was going to school and
How many chicks you fit in that back?
man,
All
it was
of
like this couch.
Yeah, exactly.
You couldn't put your arm around nobody. They way over there.
Dude, and you got the T-tops, too, or it was the coupe? It was
Oh, the coupe, yeah.
Oh,
Oh.
even better, it's like a limo. You know? That's That's how I explain my Yukon to people. It's like, man, it's a couch with a V8.
Oh,
dude.
man,
You know how happy I am? I can just ride around on my couch all day long. It's so nice.
That was when I first started hating leather seats.
Well, then you get like, they have the vinyl seats, so your back gets all sweaty.
Yeah, sweaty. Oh man,
but it's still better than like, cloth seats.
Hey, but that's luxury, man.
They just
luxury.
cloth seats.
They still got those fucking, they probably saw the, smoke ashtray in the car.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
On the doors, on the back.
But there's a plush like red interior from all those GM, the Cadillac, Pontiac, Buick.
Yeah, I had
Oldsmobile.
Oldsmobile. They had this plush ass couch just like this, man. Just like
I had I had a crushed velvet and leather on. I had a 77 Seville.
And then the roof would fall down.
Well, no, I had the interior.
Yeah, look at my Yukon, man. It's still falling down.
It's the crushed leather, the velvet and leather.
That
everything.
headliner was a bitch.
Dude, I live in that car, man.
And then you could turn the steering wheel with a finger.
Yeah, with a
Cadillac.
finger. But don't let your power steering go out. You'll hear it. Get some
yeah,
good
no.
forearms.
I had an Eldorado with no power steering. God, I hate driving.
Just go to the gas station, man.
I love it. I love it.
Ragged ass North Star engine in it.
Wow.
When they were right, though, they were really good. The North Star engine was a great engine.
Well, I'm no mechanic, and I'm a car killer. Y'all try my
Car
best.
killer?
I'm a car killer. Yeah, I killed the
You
shit
know,
out of them
change the
Eldorado.
oil,
Well, that back then I didn't. I mean, I'm like, fuck it. I mean, I paid $1,000 for the car. I'm like, yeah.
Just drive it till it's dead and then shoot it.
I got it at the auction. The auction up on Deers Road.
Man.
I base my car on how many paychecks I get. Every time I get back and forth to work, how many checks I get.
Right. They pay for it. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Pay for itself.
Damn.
Just ride it to death, man. That's what the guy that owned the truck before me did, and then now I had to fix it.
That's
Hey,
hilarious.
Jerry, it's your move. It's your move, bro.
That's hilarious.
Oh, that's one thing we can hook up in next shows is like embedded music that we can
Yeah.
play it and get all the levels right.
No,
Just
your
like
move.
embedded video too. We could do.
I moved the...
Pause that, yeah.
I can't play music.
Oh, of course you can. Come on.
Sure we can. Yeah, it's background music.
But no, some of it has to be copyrighted.
Like so, I've got the mix in my headphones, and if you like, I can hear it, but it's just like
Faint.
we're in an elevator.
Yeah.
It's like elevator music, except this was...
But it's not elevator music. It's just at that level.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
background.
Real
we were
low.
talking earlier about songs, and
Yeah.
my favorite, what I grew up with. And let me tell you, that song right there, a friend of mine and I had this 58 Corvette. We traded an 18-foot runabout, a 25-horse Johnson, and a 25-horse Evinrude for this 58 Vet.
So three
tree had
outboard
fell
motors.
on it. It
What a
been
deal!
raining
3
on it.
outboard motors for
So
a
it
brand
would've
new
been like-
vet.
Maybe 8 years old and all nasty. And we spent about a year hand sanding it, painted black lacquer, put a beautiful red interior. Had an okay 283 Power Glide, nothing wrong with it.
Sweet.
But we took my mom's 45 record player out of her Cadillac Brougham
This is
that
brilliant.
came
This is
as
brilliant.
an option, or maybe it was standard, under the dash. We took it out of the caddy and put it in the passenger side under the handle on the Vet, and it played 45s upside down,
45, the big
and
old
this was the
record, man.
first song we played. Dead Man's Curve. Jan and Dean. And
So
we believe that we might have been. Am I allowed
Jerry,
to
you-
say
for the fans, I don't know, dude. We'll edit it. We'll
say
edit it later.
edit.
But for the fans,
Edit it.
Yeah.
we'll edit it later. But for the fans, I need you to explain, like, you know how an anti-skip CD player works, right? Well, this ain't a CD player.
It's a
dude.
record
this
player.
is a 45 record player.
Yeah,
So
this-
how did the anti-skip system work? Because this is brilliant.
This was anybody who knows the old 45s.
There's a
They were all
stylus
about
actually bouncing
10
up and
inches.
down on the
They
record,
were like
you know?
10 inches by 10 inches, and of course a 45 was like about 6.5, 7 inch by 7
Not
inches.
yay big, right?
And the arm, the records would generally fall from the top. You put them in the top in a little.
Yeah, so it's a changer. It's a record.
Yeah, it was a changer.
Right.
But
so
in
even
this
more
model,
complicated.
it worked upside down. And the unit was sitting on 4 pieces of all thread that used springs with washers and nuts to balance it to get a perfect balance, and it actually played upside down.
As you ride down the road.
And it was so cool.
Which way? On the top or the bottom?
It was
The
upside down.
needle was underneath.
The needle's here.
So the needle's pointing up.
Yes, the needle
So it's always
is pointing
contacted.
up.
Gravity is holding the needle on the record.
Yes, it was spring loaded.
That's
The
hilarious.
arm
brilliant, dude.
was spring loaded
Yeah.
up. And you could adjust it just like it was the coolest damn thing. And we put that, and I'm telling you, I think we invented the word pussy wagon.
Oh my God.
They say the
I'm
big
telling
get
you, when we put the top down, we would go down to Joliet. All of you know there's a college down there. I won't mention it, but the fact is we would go down there, put the top down on this vet, and we could comfortably get 2 gals in it side by side. And of course, one of them would have to
Straddle.
would have to straddle the shifter.
Yeah.
So, man, how much
Like
pussy
she
you
Made
got?
for an exciting
she
ride.
It all. Yeah. Come on. Man.
These were fun times,
Yeah,
let
no
me
doubt.
tell you.
Dude, yeah, you got the fucking baddest fucking
Oh, well, you
stereo.
know, hold on. I had a Dodge Colt one time. I got pussy in it.
Really?
That's
Yeah.
I had to wait till I get my Cadillac. I could put like
Nah, back in my day, if you had a car, you get some pussy. I'm just, you know what I mean?
Right.
4 in the
We're
front, 4 in
mobile,
the
right?
back.
Yeah, it's called Boone's Farm,
Right.
dirt weed, and there you go.
It's brown. Dude,
Yeah,
the shit, it's
dirt
brown.
weed, yeah.
Hey, you know what they say, dude? Brown gets down, dog.
That's hilarious. What's your favorite alcohol? Go.
That's a good question.
Johnny Walker Blue.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
a good answer. Man, like first day I moved in, or the first week I moved in here. No, it was the first day. He was like, I met him. Real recognizes real. I was like, okay, cool. When can I start moving stuff in? He was like, well, before we do that, we need to
Have a shot together?
No. We need to commemorate this. We need to celebrate.
You drink the whole
And
bottle.
no, we didn't drink the whole bottle. We each got a little glass of this Johnny Walker Blue. It's like $2.50 a bottle, you know.
The value,
So, like,
dude, is
Yeah.
and you know what? That $2.50 bottle made that one shot so much sweeter. It really did. And then, man, Jere's been my friend ever since.
We're going downhill ever since.
Yeah, I don't know who's the bad influence and who's. I'm the energy, and then he's the knows better, and then it works.
He is a conversationalist. He got
Yeah.
stories for days.
Yeah, but you also sometimes got to just interject because he'll just take over, you know, which is all cool, right? As long
Yeah,
as-
I've been doing it
How
for a
you
while.
guys feel about tequila?
Hate it.
I like tequila.
No, okay, well, here's the thing about me. I can do whiskey, rum, vodka, shots of that all day long. If I do at least 2 to 3 tequila, I'm out on the floor.
I think like 6th grade, man. I got into Mom Patron. I had a slumber party with my boys.
That's
My
hilarious.
mom
Oh, yeah.
fucking, she
I
was
got
like,
a bad
you're
Patron
old
story.
enough to fucking stay home. And I was supposed to be home
Apparently
by myself,
not.
but
Apparently not.
But I invited all the fucking neighborhood boys.
Yeah, apparently not.
Did you refill it with water?
Fuck no, dude. I just took the blame, dude. I didn't even
Yeah.
try any of that. I told her
No.
the truth, man.
Yeah, I get messed up
fucking drank
very
that shit.
fast on
I was
tequila.
about 12 years old, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And that's how I fell in love with the tequila, man. I like that shit a lot.
I'm a
I can
crime.
function on a tequila. I can drink that and function.
You know, you function until you're fucking not. You know what I mean? Like, that shit's a killer, dude.
I
It's
drank.
tequila to kill you.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude.
My buddy BJ, one night we went over to his buddy's house and they had all the liquor, you know, and then he busted out tequila, and then BJ drove up there in his old van. He had a conversion E150 or 250, big old conversion.
Yeah.
With the captain's chairs in the back. Anyway, he had bought the thing, and I'd been trying to help him fix the thing up for weeks, but you know, it had like 3 different fuel pumps and 2 different tanks, and there was always one of them leaking or another. And long story short, it smells like gas in the van.
Not a good sign.
We're at Buddy's house. We're drinking. There's some blow on the table. We're just,
Drinking motor oil.
we're just trash, dude. I've already thrown up twice. And then I go sleep. I wake up in the van.
Smelling the gas?
Gasoline. One of the worst wake up to, bro. Yeah, no, don't.
Yeah, I had that with Mad Dog. Never drunk it again.
Man, dog, that was some funny stuff right there.
Wasn't nothing funny about that shit.
No, not if it's you. Not if it's you, it's not funny.
Now, you know, you see my cousin Damon. We used to call him automatic drunk, right? We could be, we're drunk, right? We walk in the neighborhood in full stride, stop, throw up, and keep walking like he ain't did shit.
Yeah, I love Crown and Jack Daniels.
Okay.
The Crown, dude. That's a smooth liquor right there. Jack Daniels.
At least you're not a Hennessy guy, man. Like,
You ever mess with that honey Jack
Oh
Daniels?
yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, dude.
That's third place for me. What are you talking about?
Me and a girlfriend drank the whole bottle.
way
It's
third
still
place.
fucking, you know,
I like Blue Cow
it was
cognac.
going on,
I like
man.
Hennessy.
It was going on with that honey Jack
Like,
Daniels.
cognac has to be done just right. It has
Yeah.
to be. Otherwise, it's just like syrup and it, like.
Every time, every time I drink cognac or something, I'm hanging out with some celebrity.
Because it's obligatory. Like you're supposed to be.
High on blow, so you know
Right.
You get high on that shit, you can drink a lot of shit.
It just doesn't even register.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're just paying. We're paying like bottle service at the club, and like, dude, you're not. This is having no effect. Well, we lose our table if we don't keep the bottle service coming. So what are we drinking? What's the cheapest bottle on your menu? Dude? It's $75 for some Malibu. Well, all right, well, send us another bottle. Because guess what? I'm not giving up this table, dude. Y'all can go dance, but I'm not giving up this table.
It's funny when you at the bar. I mean, and then you at the table, and your little rich celebrity rapper friend, you want to show out. He paying for every damn thing.
No, you can't. No.
Order what you want. Oh, you done fucked up.
No, dude. Because I will keep those bottles coming for sure. We'll divide it up later, man. Like just the table is invaluable. It's like a high-rise apartment in the middle of downtown. Really. The penthouse is worth a lot, you know.
Yeah.
Well, when you go to the club, that table's the penthouse price, man.
Well, that's it. That's another episode, guys.
Man, that was quick.
I know it goes by faster. So as soon as we started, hey, next thing you know, 30 minutes fly by.
I guess you say you try and do this like Thursdays and Fridays because those are the days are slower for you and everything, and you try and do it once a week or whatever.
Yeah. So what do you think? You like it? Enjoy?
Oh,
Well, we ain't seen no
do I
fallout
seem
yet,
out
so
of
we'll
line?
see.
I mean, other than, you know, it was a great pussy wagon.
Yeah.
I mean, when you were talking about whiskey, I wanted to say, yeah, whiskey is like pussy. The better the pussy, the better the whiskey. And you know the difference between...
And the higher the price, my guy.
Yeah, you know... Well,
That's hilarious.
yeah, there is a relative. It's a relative.
Oh, it's
thing.
definitely. There's a whole
Good
curve.
pussy,
There's a
good
whole
pussy.
curve. You want me to get my calculator and my pen?
Yeah, we can do a graph.
Yeah,
we
dude.
can do a graph.
Hey, it ain't
My
just the
whiteboard.
curve, man. It's the dead man's
Cost.
curve.
Right. It's a dead man's curve, dude. Well, you've heard
We got
about
to end on that now.
Well, you've heard about the
It's a callback. That's what we call a callback.
Here's the simple graph, right? The simple graph is the craziness to the hotness graph. Like that's the X, Y. But there's like a 7-dimensional graph, dude. It gets more complicated here. The crazy and hot, that's the 2-dimensional version. We'll get into that in some other episode, right?
That's
Yeah.
yes.
Dude, I could write a whole dissertation
Hey,
on the subject.
next episode,
Yeah.
the hotter that she is, the crazier she is.
That's true.
Yeah, but that's just a 1-dimensional graph, 2-dimensional graph.
Oh
we can
my
do
God,
much better.
here we go.
Hey, though, but crazy bitches got good pussy though. I'm just
See, so now you got 3 dimensions, dude.
Ain't
already.
the best.
Like,
Ain't the best, man.
all right, we'll talk about this some more.
All right, say goodbye, man.
Goodbye.
Signing off, man.
Jared.
Goodbye.
Oh my God.
Bye.
Y'all are just a weak.
Salud, y'all be good.
Adios. I'm gonna be different.
All right.
Monty Hicks out.
I thought we were off air. I didn't realize we were still recording.
Well, you've been hanging out
Shit.
with me too